Hi everyone, I'm Ollie Matthews. This is the Narcissistic Resistance, and this resistance video is sponsored by contribution from Liz. And what we have here is a live phone call. So Liz asked me if she could do a call-in that I record and post on the channel. So here we go. How you doing, Liz?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. So what's going on?
So I've written in a few times to the channel, and mostly concerning my parents, the Virginia ordeal. You know, we all love a Virginia story.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where it's going to be headed today.
So you're saying, so your ordeal is similar to my grandmother Virginia, is what you're saying?
I'm just referencing Virginia because of the same name. I don't know how similar they are.
Okay. Gotcha.
I'm just referencing it because of that.
Gotcha.
But I guess I should start by saying, about 6 months ago, my father actually passed away.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's been really difficult, to say the least.
Okay. You were close to him?
We were close, and in a previous video, stated that, you know, we had had our difficulties, and at times I felt like we weren't close because, you know, with a relationship with a narcissistic person, and he definitely fell on that spectrum, there's a lot of conflict of emotions, there's a lot of back and forth. I mean, everybody's different, but I know for me and for my father and I, our relationship was very, very close, but I still had a lot of anger, you know, towards him for things that happened.
Okay.
So
What videos, let me stop you for a second. What videos have I done for you in the past? Because I don't remember offhand.
Yeah, so they adopted me. I'm from Romania. Those videos.
I got you. I remember you're adopted. I remember now. Were you adopted with a brother?
No, it was just me.
Okay. I do remember that now. I do.
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead.
So he was sick for a while. He actually had cancer, and he didn't know it. So the last 6 months of his life was really difficult. He was pretty sick, in and out of the hospital. And, you know, I was watching him die, and I didn't know it, and it was just a really traumatic experience. And then to actually watch him pass away in the hospital was...
What was it, cancer?
It was cancer, yeah. He had esophageal cancer from probably all the years of drinking, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'll do it. It's one of the ones that does the esophagus.
Yeah. So, you know, just the whole event was really traumatic, and it's been very difficult for me to pick up the pieces, and, you know, life doesn't stop because somebody dies. You know, it doesn't stop. You have to keep going, and there's no handbook on how to do that, you know?
Right. So,
So,
okay, so go ahead.
So with this whole situation, it's opened my eyes even more to the really just obnoxious, disgusting behavior of Virginia. She just, oh my goodness.
And just so everybody remembers, Virginia's your mother.
She is, yeah.
Okay. How was she during the whole process?
She, you know, everybody flew in. My whole family's from out of state, different states. So they all flew in when my dad was in his final days. And we were all there by his bedside. And she came, and she, you know, played the part of, I'm so sorry, dying. I'm crying for you. I'm going to miss you, you know, yada, yada.
Right.
And, you know, I don't know if she meant it or not. Maybe a part of her did. But then, after he passed, her behavior was, well, first of all, he left her $250,000 worth of life insurance, which she was all too eager to collect after he died.
Right.
And his finances were not good. You know, even though he was a physician, he struggled with his finances. And so he didn't have any sort, like, his kids didn't get anything, which is fine because I wasn't expecting anything. But she got this huge lump sum of money, did not distribute any of it, did not offer to distribute any of it. And again, I wasn't expecting it, but it's just the principle of it all.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's on him. I mean, it's his will. If he should have put that in his will.
True. I guess that's true. He could have done that. And he always had the mindset, and we've had this conversation, my dad and I, said, Dad, why, you guys are divorced, why are you leaving her all this money? And he was like, well, we were married for 40 years, she raised my children, she deserves it, and all I could do was shake my head and say, okay, I guess it's your decision, you know, like, okay. And so she took all the money. She does not want to be buried next to him. She is very adamant about that, and I know that my dad would have wanted them to be buried together because even at the end of his life, he was very much still in love with her, wanted to be, you know,
right
with her.
Who initiated the divorce, him or her?
She did.
Right.
And I had this in a previous email. Right after I moved out, when I turned 18, I moved out. You know, I was gone. I was done. Right after I moved out, she divorced him.
So as soon as you were out of the house, she's gone. But she wanted his money. She didn't want him, but she wants his money.
Exactly. Yes. Thank you. Exactly. She didn't want to be married to him. She wanted the perks of being married to a physician. She wanted the money, the house, the title, you know, whatever else comes along with it. But she didn't. I never felt like she loved him for a person. And
Probably not.
You know,
Look, Liz. Just like your mom adopted you like some pet at the ASPCA or the animal shelter, that's how she picked everybody in her life, as accessories. And she uses up what she can get out of them, and then once she's done, she discards. That's your mother.
Right.
That's her
Right.
MO.
And that's true. Yeah. And it just, you know, the more I think about it, the more I wonder, was she jealous of me and my dad's relationship? You know, that really has been sticking out of my mind. Like, I wonder if she was jealous of that.
Yes, she
Because we
is.
were so.
She is, but understand something, Liz. Your mother's the type of personality, the type of sociopathic borderline. She's jealous of anybody or anything that takes attention or focus away from her. Anything that she has to make a personal sacrifice for. She has a problem with. She resents.
Right.
See, your mother wanted the showpiece of being a family, married to a physician with children. Okay, but she wanted to choose her accessories. Why didn't she was she incapable of having children of her own? Why did they adopt?
No. Remember, they had 3 other children who I'm 31.
I remember. They're older, right? You have older.
No, they're all older.
Right, I
Yeah.
remember. Now I remember. Was your mother an academic?
Yep, they're all academic.
Gotcha. I remember. Gotcha. I remember. Gotcha. I remember. Yes. Your mother's garbage, Liz.
She is. She's a horrible person. And you know something else? Why? Here's the thing. She sits there and she acts like she's so prim and proper, and she is just, you know, I don't know how to put it into words, but I feel like her real personality is not the personality she likes to portray. She's very disingenuous.
It's always look, Liz, it's always an act, especially with these fucking academics who think they're shit, don't think, and they're better than everybody. At the end of the day, your mother's just nothing more than another gold digger. That's it. Playing the role as some kind of educated academic married to a physician better than everyone else, you know, adopting poor Romanian children later on in life. Why? Because she adopted you as an accessory. She needed something to be able to continue, I think, being married to your dad. And you were it. So instead of buying a fucking dog or a pet, they got you. And understand, it's not even about you. It's hard to understand it because this is happening to you like it's happening to me and everybody listening. Personally, it's not even personal in your case, in a lot of cases. It's anybody. Anything that takes focus away from this type of sociopathic borderline that is your mother. And her hypocrisy knows no bounds. It really doesn't. This educated academic, but at the end of the day, she still wants to get paid, don't she?
She certainly does. And you know, because my father had no money at the end of his life, his house needed a lot of repairs, and one of my brothers had taken it upon himself to be, what do you call it? I don't know. He's like taking over the finances and the...
So he's being proactive with it?
Yeah, all of that aspect of my dad's life. And he's, we're scrambling, trying to fix the house up, trying to take what little money my dad did have left to try to fix the house so we can sell it.
Right.
And they're having to pick and choose where to put the money. And you would think that while she's sitting on this mound of money, she would offer, hey, here's $5,000.
That would be my first thought, Liz. These are her flesh and blood. You're adopted. You're adopted. Those are her flesh and blood. Like, why are you letting what do you have, three older siblings or two?
Yeah, 3.
3. So you've got 4 children that you're making struggle while you just ran off with $250,000 from a man you fucking divorced. How many decades ago? 2 decades ago?
Yeah, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Give or take.
So, whatever it was. She took $250,000 and she's leaving it on her children, and she knows her children got nothing, are left with all this, and she keeps all the money. She is. I mean, do your brothers have any? Do your siblings have any type of relationship with this woman? Are you still talking to her?
I'm not still talking to her. Absolutely not.
Right.
She tries. I'm done. I'm good. It's a wrap. But here's the thing. They defend her. They feel bad for her. They're literally always on her side, and I'm dumbfounded. I'm like,
it's
what
son
are you
husbands.
thinking she has to hold?
Son husbands, just like your father till his dying breath, and that is real. That is the saddest part about it, Liz, is that your dad died and he suffered and he loved her till the end, hoping he was going to love her back. That's the same with your brothers. It's the same with your brothers, and it's too late for them. Because she's son husband and whatever she's done, the same spell she had on your dad, she has on her sons.
Oh, you think so?
Absolutely.
That. I never thought of that.
Your mother is a master manipulator. Masterful at it. She is educated. She's had decades. And before you came along, she had a lot. She had 3 grown sons and decades of practice.
Yeah.
Decades of practice.
Maybe she didn't want a daughter, Maybe she didn't want a daughter.
She didn't. Listen, you were like getting a dog when you're trying to save a relation. That's exactly what it was. And she didn't want the responsibility. She was a lot more neglectful over you than she ever was over your brothers. She wanted nothing from you.
Well, I have an older sister, but she gets along with my mom.
Mm-hmm. The older sister wasn't the dog. You're the dog. You're the adopted dog.
Right.
You were an accessory. You were specifically chosen to be a pawn. I mean, it's sad. It really is. It's sad.
It is sad. You're right. It is sad. And the more I push back from her, the more she likes to spread this idea that I am the difficult one.
Right.
You know, my whole life, she's the difficult one. We have trouble with her. No, I just don't like you.
Right.
I just don't like you.
Right. And I'm sure behind closed doors, or maybe even not behind closed doors, she can put it off on, oh, she was adopted, she's from a war zone, who knows who her parents were, whatever it is. She's got that to fall back on as well. Like, you know, we gave her a life, we saved her life, where would she be without us?
Yeah.
You know, and unfortunately, I'm sorry, go ahead, what were you saying?
I was just going to say, she not only didn't offer to help financially with everything that's going on, she went out and bought a new Prius and sent a picture to everybody of her standing next to it.
There it is.
I mean...
Just say that she bought a new what? A Prius?
A Prius.
A Toyota Prius. I mean, if that doesn't just choke you, the liberal fucking hypocrisy of it all. She's driving around on a hybrid car purchased with her ex-husband's life insurance policy. Get fucked. I mean, get fucked.
Yeah. Thank you. Yes, exactly.
What a hypocrite. I mean...
She's an asshole.
Right.
She's an asshole.
Total fraud, total phony.
And I'm just so frustrated that they don't see it, but I've come to terms with it's not, number one, it's not my job to make them see it, and number two, they never will. So I'm not going to waste my energy.
Right. Listen, most people can't accept the truth. They can't accept it, that their mother is bad. Your mother is bad. Okay? There's very few of us on this planet that can handle this when that's the fact, when you got a bad mother that can actually say it. I'm talking about your mother too. And they will never see it. They will defend her to the death. You know, she got him. Do any of them have children of their own?
They all do.
And what kind of grandparent is she? She didn't give any of this money to any of her grandchildren? I mean, it would be one thing if she don't give it to her kids, but to her grandkids? She's setting up college trusts, something, anything, $5,000 a piece, something for her grandchildren?
No.
Not a goddamn thing.
Not that I've heard of. Nope.
Do you have children?
Nope. I do. I have a daughter. She's 7.
Right. So not for your daughter, not for any of her other grandchildren. Or even great-grandchildren at this. I mean, I'm sure it's going to be to a point where it's going to be great-grandchildren soon if you got older siblings.
I mean, no, because they all had their kids a little later in life, so their kids are like, I think the oldest grandkid is 16.
Okay, good, all right. So maybe 10 years, before that starts trickling in. But they're going to be going to college. Your mother's a fucking academic. Your mother's an academic. She's not concerned with her grandchildren's education. She's sitting on $250,000. She's watching her kids put the home. Is it the same house that your mother lived in with your father, by the way?
It is the same house, yes. The same house. Now,
so she lives in it, helps run it down. Not that I'm saying it's a rundown house, but you live in a house and you're going to put wear and tear on it, and she's leaving it for her fucking children to fix. Is that what I'm to believe?
Yes. Exactly.
Without offering any money to her children, not offering anything for her grandchildren's college fund, for anybody, for anything. But she went out and bought herself a brand new Toyota Prius hybrid car to go show around in front of her academic friends that she's all woke and shit, right? There you go.
Exactly.
There you go.
And
Look,
I just sometimes wonder, what would it be like if I actually had a mom who was regular or normal or whatever?
That's the $10 million question, isn't it? That's the question that keeps us all up at night. You know, the what if will drive us. The what ifs is what drives us insane. The what ifs is what puts knots in your stomach and keeps you awake at night. And like, what if, what if, what if? We just have to accept it's not. It never happened, and it's not gonna happen. See, that's part of the other thing with your brother. Your brothers are hoping for the what ifs to come true. They're hoping for one day your mother to be that person that loves them the way your father wanted her to love him. It's never going to happen.
I just wonder, and I agree with you, and I just wonder, what the hell did he see in her? Honestly, what did he see in her? Why her?
Woman like that, your father probably had low self-esteem to begin with. I would imagine she's probably not all that different than his own mother. Controlling the family, telling everybody what to do, how to do it. Okay? These guys usually end up marrying different versions of their mother. Probably what your brothers did as well. They're probably married to versions of your mother too.
Possibly, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I know my dad did suffer from low self-esteem earlier in life, which gradually got better with age and life experience, and things like that. But, yeah, he certainly did.
I mean, you would think that's crazy that a physician, a doctor, would be suffering from low self-esteem. But there you go. I mean, that's how powerful that borderline is. It don't matter what your accomplishments are. Your father's accomplished in college, medical school, residency, becoming an actual practicing physician and doctor. And he's still got low self-esteem. Why? He's still being run ragged by his wife. By his academic wife. Crazy.
It is crazy. And I wonder, his mom, I don't know that she was the tyrant of the family. I think his dad more was. So I'm wondering, not in a homosexual way, but I'm wondering if he, married a version of his dad,
Why? Was your dad a tyrant in any way?
My dad or his dad?
Your dad. Was your dad a tyrant?
No, I'm saying his dad
Right,
was.
but you're saying if he married a version of his dad, he would be acting like his father. What you have to understand, Liz, is a lot of times when you got one of those tyrant people, there's somebody pushing their buttons and pulling the strings. There's usually a covert narcissist pulling the strings. And understand, your mother's a borderline, but your mother's also a covert. Because she's able to interweave herself with her academic friends and put on the face and wear the mask out in public. And a lot of times those coverts, they're manipulating the spouse. Sometimes they manipulate him into depression and self-esteem. Other times they manipulate him using into rage fits. All the while playing the victim. All the while playing the victim. I'm telling you, it just makes more sense that it's your grandmother that your father's taken after. Okay, because if it was the father with these rage outs and shit, there's no way he would have put up with your mother's bullshit. No way. No way. Because that shit carries over. The violence, the rage, that carries over like that. It just does.
Yeah.
The passiveness towards women, the passiveness towards her, that's a reaction to being a son husband. It's like, not my mother, not my mother. So where are you now? I mean, your father, this is 6 months, he's passed, you guys are trying to get the house under some control to sell. So now what? So where are you now?
Well, we're trying to, like I said, fix up the house, just essential repairs to make it sellable. The roof needs work, the house needs new carpeting in some areas. It just needs work,
Right.
It hasn't had a lot of work in, 20 years. You know, it's a beautiful house. It's got good bones, but it needs some work. But, you know, my brother's trying to get the money to do all of this, and like I said, all the while, he's struggling with it. So,
I mean, you have a financial interest. I mean, is it all on your brothers, or are you part of this too, as far as the house goes?
I mean, we all give opinions, and we all, you know, converse with each other on making the decisions, but unfortunately, and I would not want this job, it's on one brother to control the finances, distribute it.
Well, is he the executor of the will?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the executor.
I mean, I guess. What does that mean? Remind me.
Like, he's in charge of the will. Like, he's like, who gets what? He's, in a will, somebody's usually named executor. Like, who, makes sure that the will is done, what's done in the will is done, you know? There's somebody in control of it. There's an executor. So that would be your brother.
I guess. I don't know that my dad had one, but I know that my brother's just in charge of my dad's finances. And I was, while my dad was alive, I was like the medical power of attorney, and my brother is a financial attorney,
right.
So,
how old was your father when he died?
71.
71. And your mother's about the same age?
They're exactly the same age, yep.
Same age as my mother when she died, 71.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you can either watch your brothers struggle on this, Liz. I mean, have you brought up to your brother, say, hey, you know, our piece of shit of a mother has $250,000 from our father's life insurance. Like, how about we ask her to pony up about 10 grand for a new roof and some repairs in a house she lived how many decades in?
30 years,
right.
I want to say. Yeah,
30 years.
Plus years. I mean, I definitely could. No problem with that. But here's the thing. I don't think that he would want to ask her. I think his excuse would be, well, that's her money. That's hers.
You know what? Bullshit. We all lived in that house. It's all our money.
Right.
It's everybody's money. It's, yeah, great. Because he loved you. And it's like, don't let our father's love for that monster manipulate, you know, be some kind of manipulative factor in any of this. That's bull. How is it her money? She left them 15 years ago. How is it her money? It's everybody's money.
I know.
Because if he would have died when you were still kids, okay, that money's meant to take care of the family.
Right. But she's too good to be buried next to him, too. Remember that.
Right. She don't want to be buried next to him. You know?
Right. I mean, so disrespectful.
Even if this, Liz, I would say this, and you know, I hate making any type of deal with these type of people. I would say, why don't you just ask her to lend you the fucking money so we could sell the house? We'll fix it, and then once the house is sold, we'll give you every fucking cent of it back. At least,
that's an idea.
You know, at least then, I mean, at least maybe you can make some money off the repairs, you know? That way you don't have to take anything from her. But you at least owe us this so we can get the house in sellable condition. We'll give you the goddamn 10 grand or whatever you need to fix the roof and get the house into sellable condition so you can get what the house is probably actually worth. But who knows now? Now the economy's been fucking crashed. The least she can do is make sure the house gets fixed. So her children and her grandchildren, you know, can have a little something for themselves from their father, from all their father's work. And if your brothers don't want to do that, then you can't help them, Liz. Then you can't help them. Then you got to wash your hands of it. I'm not saying necessarily wash your hands of your brothers, though you know how I feel about associating with people who still talk to narcs after they know you're feeling, because eventually it always goes bad.
Yeah.
But at least at that point, You can wash your hands of the whole house situation. Say, you know what? I got my memories with my father. I was there with him when he died. At least I got that. And she can never take that away from me. But this shit, because this shit will just darken your soul. And it's just going to frustrate you. And eventually what'll happen is your brothers will make you the issue. Because they don't want to confront mommy. They don't want to confront mommy dearest. What about your other sister? Where's she on this?
Her and I have never been close.
Yeah.
She lives like a mile away from my mother. They're super close. I really don't speak to her very often, to be honest with you. Maybe once or twice a year.
Right.
We just aren't close.
All right, and I leave it that way. I mean, it's just, that's sad. I mean, that's just another after effect of your mother adopting you like you were a pet. You know, no thought, no nothing. But, you know, that's all you can do at this point, Liz. You'll drive yourself insane. And eventually your brothers will turn on you and make you the issue and say, you know what, you're the pain in the ass in this, Liz. There's nothing wrong with our mother. They'll go there. 100% they'll end up going there.
I'm sure they will. And, you know, she's already with my brother who's doing the finances. She's already a few times asked him to ask me to call her and what's wrong with me. Why do I not want to talk to her? And I said, look, Ethan, I don't want to. Just leave it alone.
Right.
It's not going to happen.
Exactly.
So,
I mean, it sounds like it's the typical, you know, son, husband, flying monkey scenario. Anyway, and when you get wills involved and death and borderline women, it's a disaster. So I would make the suggestion, why don't we just ask her to loan us the money to fix the house right? We'll get the people in here, we'll get it fixed, and we'll get the thing sold. Give her money back. That way, we're not taking mommy's money, and maybe we can make a little bit of profit and have something so we can send our kids to college. How about that, Ethan? So.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. And as far as my mom goes, my anger wants to tell her off and tell her to go fuck herself, but I also, you know, would that do any good? Should I just ignore her, keep ignoring her?
You know, listen, like we always have these fantasies of I want to tell her off, I'm going to tell him this, that, and the other thing, thinking that your speech is just going to shut him down and there's going to be no comeback. They don't care. They don't care, Liz. They don't care what. They're going to deny it and they're going to tell you you're always the problem. If you do anything, I would write it in a letter. I'd say, I know what you are. I know what you are. I know how evil you are. I know what a hypocrite fucking phony you are. Playing off as some kind of educated feminist academic. In the meantime, all you wanted was your ex-husband's life insurance money. You're disgusting. You're disgusting. Went out, buy a car for yourself. Not even a concern for your children or your grandchildren. Though that's why I don't talk to you. That's why I don't talk to you. Right there. And maybe you explain that to your brother. And you make it and you kind of guilt him and say, you know what? She offered your children nothing. She got $250,000 off our dead father who she left 15 years ago. Not only does she not offer her own children anything, she don't offer your children anything. Not a damn cent. So, well, we kind of got a wrap here, Liz. So, is there anything else before we close out?
I don't think so. I appreciate the call, though, and I feel like it was good to get all of this out. Mm-hmm. And you know, I agree with what you're saying. I think it's the right choice.
Definitely. All right, Liz. Well, thank you so much for all your support, and you've been around a long time, and thank you for the call. This was actually really good. So this actually worked out really good. And I want to thank everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or advice in the comment section below. And if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, a narcissist you'd like to expose, you'd like to have a private video made, or you just like to make a contribution to the channel in general to keep it supported, growing, and successful, because this channel survives 100% on contributions from all of you guys. Without you guys, all this goes away. And believe me, YouTube and Google are trying to make that happen sooner than later. So if you like what you see here and you want to see more videos like this, you know what to do with the PayPal and email links in the description box. Also, please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. Also, be sure to follow me on the Library Backup app as well. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been the Narcissistic Resistance. Take care, everybody.